Good morning. Welcome to Center for Spiritual Life. Here we are coming to you from Cedar Edge again online. This is Sunday, June 14th. And during this month of June, we have been focusing on being in balance. And today we will be talking about a loving, compassionate heart. First of all, let me offer, instead of an opening song, which you will get from David and Tamara on a separate YouTube link, so be sure and check in that. I'm going to offer a quote that I love about balance, and it's from Jana Kingsford, and I did this last week too, but I'm going to quote this the whole month. I love it. Balance is not something you find, it's something you create. So that's kind of the whole idea of the month of June, is creating balance in our life for more peace of mind, for more calmness in our mind. So first of all, though, I would like to talk a little bit about announcements for CSL. We did have a core council meeting and over the Zoom. And we did come up with a plan to move forward with in-person services. But I'm not going to take the time right now here to tell you the plan, because it will be a detailed plan and we'll have guidelines and such for how we're going to implement those changes in this newness that we have going on here. So that will be a separate YouTube that will be giving some information on how that will happen and when that will happen, okay? So be sure you check your emails still, and we'll be posting a YouTube about our path to move forward. Together at the center again. How about that, huh? Okay, so in the meantime, here we are. Okay, offering service right here, talking about balance in our lives. Boy, what a great time to practice balance for me. And that's really what I'm doing here, is just sharing some ideas and thoughts that I've had and then that I run across on the internet. Really great ideas from people who are expertise in this area in some way or another, and they're just ideas. They're just ideas for you guys to implement in your life to see if they can help bring about, more balance for you, which it is indeed more peace of mind. Instead of getting bounced around in life, we can stay more calm and on the path of evenness and acceptance and allowing. So we'll talk about all that. This Wednesday evening, David and Tamara will be putting out a new Even song for June. How beautiful to be able to put that Even song on your computer or whatever, and then light a candle and go through the Even song service with them. We'll post it on Wednesday night. Thank you so much, David and Tamara, for continuing to do that. As David says, all it takes is time and energy. So thank you for your time and energy. And actually, it takes love to be able to focus that time and energy in a way that serves so beautifully. So thank you. Just mention again that we do have a YouTube channel called Center for Spiritual Life Delta. So if you would like to look up any of the YouTubes that we have, David and Tamara's music, some of Roy's music, the messages that we have put on are all on our YouTube channel. And if you subscribe, then I think that it shows up. It gives you a notification when we post a new YouTube. So we got that going for us too. All right. So I've been trying to keep these services as close to what we usually do in the old normal. And so I invite you to speak our vision for CSL and our mission for CSL together with me. And I do have the words I'll put up here. Okay, here we go. This center offers a path for awakening to the realization of oneness, open hearts, inspired life, empowered love. Our spiritual community welcomes all people to embrace oneness as the truth of our being. Together, we see a world of love, peace, and abundance for all. And now our CSL mission. We recognize and realize the omnipresence of divine love as the truth of all. Those are pretty mighty goals. Okay, so that is our vision for CSL and our mission to get there. So I'm going to start today. We're talking about balance, and I want to start with a card that was written. These are words of Yogananda, and it came out of his deck here, Paragrams. I've really enjoyed this deck of cards, and he has a card on balance. So I would like to read that with you. This is Yogananda. The material and the spiritual are but two parts of one universe and one truth. By overstressing one part or the other, man fails to achieve the balance necessary for harmonious development. Life is expressed in a threefold way: through thoughts, through desires, and through actions. Rightly guide all three forms of expression, and they will lead you to a higher state of consciousness. In your activities, you are the creator, the preserver, the transformer. Your will is the director. Practice the art of living in this world without losing your inner peace of mind. Follow the path of balance to reach the inner wondrous garden of self-realization. Isn't that beautiful? So I like to keep reading at the beginning here, because to me that's what it's all about, balance. But we're going to study balance in a lot of different ways. Putting it to work in our life and taking action is different than just reading about it or studying about it. Okay? So we'll be talking about that. So as Yogananda says, there's always this fine balance between the physical world and the spiritual world. And we find that fine balance between ego, our personal self, and the higher mind, or the universal self. It shows up in doing versus being. Or how about the balance of the excitement of the adventure and the fear of the uncertainty? There's a balance between working on myself to improve myself, to become a better person, and accepting myself and loving myself just as I am. So, so interesting that balance comes into play so much, but of course it would in a world of duality, like the world we live in, duality. So Ariana Huffington said, this is a quote from Ariana Huffington: "Life is a dance between making it happen and letting it happen." And us self-help people really get that. We really get the idea of a dance between making it happen and letting it happen, and that fine balance in between there, where we find peace of mind that we're doing enough to try to improve, and at the same time we're accepting ourselves just as we are. Okay, so I've been basing these 4 weeks of June on Deepak Chopra's work called 4 Intentions for a Balanced Life. I'll put that here. So this is what Deepak says: "I think if you start every day with these 4 intentions: joyful, energetic body, loving, compassionate heart, reflective, alert mind, and lightness of being, then you allow your day to organize itself around these intentions. Therefore, seeding your consciousness with these intentions is the best way to orchestrate the fulfillment of them." Okay? So this week, I'll be talking about the second intention from Deepak. I will strive to learn to seed my consciousness with the intention of loving, compassionate heart. And as I practice this in my daily life, he says I will be creating more balance in my life, more peace of mind. Or, as the Dalai Lama put it, cultivating a calm mind, which is a major component of happiness. Anybody not want happiness? I thought so. So I think I'll bring that out again. Hold that there. So, because we are all sourced from one energy, everything is sourced from the oneness, the one energy, which it can only know love and compassion as truth. Okay? So when I align with love and compassion in my thoughts, okay, I become aware of this truth of love and compassion as oneness, this one energy. My awareness of this uncovers the peace that has always been available and present. I just wasn't looking in the right place. Okay? My attention has been on the realm of separation rather than oneness or unity. As I turn my attention to loving, compassionate heart, my attention through my intention, okay, I become aware of the peace that comes from knowing all is equal in oneness. It's so easy to get pulled into the chaotic thinking of duality. The world is loud, especially right now, okay? The world, or more accurately, our agreed upon concepts of the world, the agreements we have as humanity of how we see the world of separateness where there's duality, the world where we believe in two powers. We believe in good and bad. We believe in opposites in the world. The physicalness, the physical world. So herein is the great balance again. Most of us are so entrenched in our own personal lives that we take everything personally and compare ourselves with everyone else. And we have a strict set of beliefs about how we should be and how our lives should be, and even how other people's lives should be. So much of this is happening beyond my awareness of it. So because of that, and it's running my life, I must purposely focus my attention on creating a loving, compassionate heart by creating loving, compassionate thoughts. Okay? Purposely creating loving, compassionate thoughts, or opening up to the love present in this moment right now. And again, that's like making something happen or allowing it to happen. And what is the balance in between there, okay? And not judging good or bad on either one of those, okay? The thing I love about living life from spirit, or recognizing one life, one power, which I call God, but you can call it anything. The thing I love is that when I go to the truth first, my mind becomes calm. I align with a higher vibration of energy, okay? Which aligns me with a higher order of being. It aligns me with better ideas, more synchronicities, more efficiency, because now I am in the flow of spirit, and spirit does the work. After I align is the time I let go and let God. After I align, I naturally let go and let God in gratitude. It's not wishful thinking. It's deep thinking, a conscious realization of my oneness with all life. And that means in my life. Okay? Ramakrishna said, the more you advance toward God, the less he will give you worldly duties to perform. Okay? Worldly duties can include very hard labor in the physical world. So we're looking at working smarter mentally and spiritually to know unity instead of harder physically. Okay, and balance in there again. So a loving, compassionate heart, okay, is a heart filled with joy. But who fills it? I do, okay? I don't really fill my heart with joy. I bring forth the potential joy within me, the potential joy within me. I bring that forth to each experience and relationship in my life by recognizing it's already a part of my nature. I just release it with my thoughts, my words, and my actions. Okay? I bring it with me. Or not. So I'm looking at the idea of loving, compassionate heart as balancing my emotional life. Okay, we had joyful, energetic body, talking about the physicalness. Okay, and here we have loving, compassionate heart balancing my emotional life, that emotional balance. It includes my relationships with all things, but we're going to focus on relationships with people, because that seems to be the most challenging relationship for most people, including me. And so let's ponder this question. Do I have healthy relationships with myself and others? That's it. That's the question. Do I have healthy relationships with myself and others? Okay, writing it in our little life course notebook so that we can ponder those questions and think deeply about them in our spiritual time that we're taking out of each day to focus on the idea of oneness and what that would look like in our life and what that would mean if we believed in it fully. Okay. So looking at healthy relationships, again, within this intention of looking at our relationships, we have a balance, again, of attention to ourself and attention to others. Okay, so that's talking about boundaries that we set, all those kinds of things where we have attention to ourselves, and then giving to the other, attention to the other. Okay. Here's a quote by Dwayne Elgin. Compassion will no longer be seen as a spiritual luxury for a contemplative few. Rather, it will be viewed as a social necessity for the entire human family. Okay? He says compassion will be a social necessity for the entire human family. It's Dwayne Elgin. So I'd like to share this beautiful, poetic, new thought message, and I found it online. It was called How to Awaken a Compassionate Heart, and it is by Tony Fakri. Okay, so he writes, to awaken compassion is to give and receive love. It is a heart-centered focus of reaching out to a fellow human being and sharing kindness and empathy. I recognize my sacredness and acknowledge this presence within you. True refuge denotes coming home to your heart and touching the oneness of your being. Compassion and finding refuge within your heart are soulmates. Hear that, Marissa? Coexisting in a sea of unity. A marriage bonded through devotedness. If we wish to awaken compassion, we must develop a two-way communication with our heart. A two-way communication with our heart. If we are unable to recognize the stirring of our heart, we miss out on perceiving its consciousness. We awaken compassion in the same way we express kindness to our fellow beings. A practice I perform often is to send thoughts of love and kindness to complete strangers when I'm walking in the city. I silently affirm to myself as a person passes me in the street, may you be safe, may you be happy, may you be peaceful, may you live with ease. I feel peaceful, and any thoughts of anger, hostility, or fear are washed away because a mind at peace cannot be at war with itself. I awaken compassion when I send loving thoughts to others because what I wish for them must be first experienced within me. To send love to another person, I must have the seed of that emotion present within me. I am merely awakening to its presence. No, I am merely awakening its presence. Might be different. And in the middle of this, he has a proverb here. It says, remember that everyone you meet is afraid of something, loves something, and has lost something. He goes on to say, your heart is an amazing faculty, capable of perceiving information well before the mind can make sense of it. According to the Heart Math Institute, the heart senses long before reason takes hold. To awaken compassion is to develop a shared relationship with your heart, so you are giving and receiving love. True refuge involves uniting with the oneness of your soul, so the love permeates throughout your entire being. Isn't that beautiful? So Greg Braden has been around for a long time and done a lot of scientific work. He's a scientist, and in my opinion, he proves scientifically the philosophy of New Thought. And he talks about the intelligence of the heart a lot, and he's written about the intelligence of the heart. And I found on heartmath.org, you guys might be familiar with HeartMath. It's a great website as well to meander through and see what they have to offer. I found this tiny little definition. What is heart intelligence? Heart intelligence is the flow of awareness, understanding, and to intuition we experience when the mind and emotions are brought into coherent alignment with the heart. It can be activated through self-initiated practice. And the more we pay attention when we sense the heart is speaking to us or guiding us, the greater our ability to access this intelligence and guidance more frequently. Heart intelligence underlies cellular organization and guides and evolves organisms toward increased order, awareness, and coherence of their body's systems. So how does the heart speak to us? The old idea, when do I know it's my heart speaking or my head speaking? How does the heart speak to us? And these are just a few of my own personal ideas and that I've had over the years. So I believe we feel through our heart space. We even call it like wholehearted love or a heartbreak, heart-wrenching pain or suffering, or heartfelt gratitude. So the intention or the judgment put on the feeling determines the vibration and how we experience the feeling. Our judgment is our free will to interpret life in any way we choose, okay? Your will is the director, okay? So our judgment is our free will. How do we interpret what's happening? How do we interpret the feelings we're having? Therefore, spirit guides us through life using our emotions, which we feel through our hearts, okay? So Abraham Hicks, again, you guys might know that work, but you can certainly look it up. They published a book called Ask and It Is Given. And the work was featured in the movie The Secret, mostly focused upon the law of attraction. And, I loved the work, and I worked with it for years, the ideas in this particular book. And I feel like the greatest takeaway from this work for me was the emotional guidance system that she talked about. Feeling is the way the heart communicates to us. It speaks the language of energy. So emotion is what is being communicated by way of feeling. We direct the communication with our belief or our judgment, our energy and motion. It carries the directive of the thought that created it, which could be anger, joy, appreciation, guilt. It carries it through feeling and affects the body, it affects our attitude, our speech, and our actions, as well as the world around us. It's a vibrational energy. It's by way of vibration, a vibrational universe. Thoughts and attitudes carry a vibration. We tend to call joy, appreciation, or hope, we tend to call those good emotions, and anger and guilt and shame are negative emotions because of the way they make us feel. Our body may feel agitated or anxious or sluggish or fatigued when we're entertaining thoughts of the negative nature. And in the book, Ask and It Is Given, they present a scale of emotions based on the rate of the vibration associated with that emotion. Okay? So, no, that's not it. Here it is. I've written this down here so you can look at it as I go over it. It's pretty powerful work, I thought. So, hold on. Okay, start looking that down. Joy and appreciation being the highest emotion, and fear and despair being the lowest vibration. The idea being, when we are feeling the higher good feeling, it comes from the feeling... It comes from the thoughts of joy and appreciation, which are closer to the truth of oneness, as opposed to being separate from source, the untruth of oneness. Therefore, they say you can know at any time if your thoughts and beliefs, you can know any time of your thoughts and beliefs about any subject or in alignment with your heart by stopping to feel where you are emotionally. If I am feeling angry or depressed or fearful, I am out of alignment with the truth of my spiritual being. I am in my head, not listening to my heart. They say moving just one notch up on the scale can not only bring relief, but can allow you to become aware of the situation from a whole new perspective, a higher perspective, which brings better ideas and new information. When we're in anger, appreciation may be too far away, okay? Maybe too far away for us to reach. So here's anger, and appreciation is quite a ways away, right? In these emotions. So instead we take a smaller step up the ladder and we gradually find ourselves climbing out of anger. They say reach for a better feeling thought. We are directing our life force energy by adjusting our energetic vibration using our ability to think. Our thoughts and beliefs are the roadmap. How we feel in any given moment is our guidance system. The more peaceful my thoughts, the more joyful my experience. By consciously focusing my attention on oneness as the truth of all, then I become aware of the harmony already present and awaiting my awareness. Didn't go away. Okay? It's always present. But if I'm not aware of it, then it's not in my experience. Okay? I didn't create it or attract it. I just became aware of it. Okay? So I am just going to read down these from the top. We have the emotional scale, so the highest vibrational emotion that this is from Abraham Hicks' work. They feel is joy, appreciation, empowerment, freedom, love, and then passion, and then enthusiasm, eagerness, happiness. And then positive expectation or belief. Of course, these are explained in detail in the book, Ask It Is, and It Is Given. Optimism, hopefulness, contentment, boredom, pessimism, frustration, irritation, impatience, overwhelmment, disappointment, doubt, worry, blame, discouragement, anger, revenge, hatred, rage, jealousy, insecurity, guilt, unworthiness, fear, grief, desperation, despair, and powerlessness. Okay. Interesting work. Very powerful for me to be able to move up incrementally on those that scale of emotion to get a more relief. Okay. Our heart always speaks to us in love. It only knows love, the true and only real feeling. Everything else is our own concept put upon love. Okay, does that make sense? When we add a story, nothing wrong with stories, we're here for the adventure. When we add a story, we fall into conditioned love. Okay, we fall into duality where we put conditions on it. We start creating concepts. Okay, we're using the infinite source of creation, that creative field, and we're putting concepts upon it. It can be fun, but we've got to realize we're doing that. When we add a story, we fall into conditioned love. So listen to your own thoughts. Listen to your own words. Are you speaking love to yourself and others? Okay. A loving, compassionate heart centers you in kindness and understanding and peace of mind. So the last thing I want to share with you is called Be Loving in What You Say. So we kind of had a lot of heaviness in the message today, and I'd like to leave you with this idea to be loving in what you say. And this is from a website called beaninspirer.com. Love dwells in a compassionate heart. So it reads, once love enters your heart, you can feel the transformation in your speech. Not only what you say sounds full of love, but also how it sounds lovely to others. If you listen to what the great saints, sages, and leaders say, you can understand how influential their speech is. That is the quality which gets developed in their speech. Developing this quality within you will endear you to your colleague, team, friends, and family. They say use the triple filter when you think of speaking something that is unpleasant and harsh. The triple filter requires what you are going to say is, number 1, true. Number 2, necessary. And number 3, helpful. If it is neither true, nor necessary, nor helpful to that person, there's no need to say it. Ridicule, abuses, rumors, gossip, etc. do not pass this test, so avoid indulging in these. Okay. So I'd like to invite you to join me in prayer right now. So just start relaxing your body a bit. Breathe in. Pay attention to your breath. So let's take a breath together. Breathe in love. Breathe out peace. Gently rest in a smile as you soften your jaw, relax your shoulders, and take these words as your own. I am a delightful child of God. My spirit is God being me in the absolute. My soul is God being me in expression. My body is God being me in physical form. I am God being me, knowing that everything I have ever done, ever said, ever thought, ever felt was simply my consciousness in action. I understand that I could not have expressed any differently. I was acting out of my consciousness, therefore, I dismiss all thoughts of right and wrong. That was simply where I was at the time. And I know now that I am an ever-evolving soul, returning home to the light of love. So I no longer condemn me. I no longer hold any unforgiveness toward myself. I rise above all feelings of guilt, and I am free to love myself as never before. I love this person I am with all my mind. I love this individual being that I am with all my soul. My love for me, myself, the I that I am, knows no bounds. I am love. I am love. I am love. I will do my part to love my neighbor without exception. As I scan my consciousness, my mind picks up certain individuals of the past and present who evoke less than desirable emotions in me. I now transmute that negative energy by forgiving them and speaking words of unconditional love. I love you. I love you unconditionally. I love you for who and what you are, with no strings attached. I am love. You are love. We are one in love, and we are healed through love. I now bring my consciousness, I now bring into my consciousness my home and family, my place of work, my city, my state, and my country, and the whole world. And I send forth the love activated spiritual energy rays to heal and harmonize every negative condition on this planet. I feel the love pouring forth from my heart's center, and I know that this love power will accomplish that for which it is sent. I am love in action, and so it is, and so I let it be. All right. So at this time, I would just like to express my gratitude and appreciation for all who are continuing to support us at the center. Things will be changing soon for us, meeting in person. And for now, thank you so much for continuing to send your tithes and donations. I'm going to put this up here. We have been just so blessed with a generous congregation. Our membership has been very generous to us. If you'd like to send a check, please make it out to Center for Spiritual Life. You can send it to 658 Howard Street in Delta, Colorado, 81416. And if you would like to give using your card, your debit or credit card, you can visit our website at www.csldelta.org and go to giving or donations, and it will give you the directions to be able to do that. And again, thank you so much for your love and blessings and support of CSL. So we have an offering affirmation. Okay, when we give, when we write our check, when we're offering money, this is a great abundance affirmation to say to ourselves. I am open and receptive to all the wealth life offers me. Okay, one more time. How about that? I am open and receptive to all the wealth life offers me. Okay, go ahead and get crazy in that. Embody this, really feel it, and be gracious in this. Okay. All right. Prayers, and we offer prayer. Lou Kunzelman is still checking our prayer requests, and every week she will include you in her personal prayer time if you send her a prayer request, and you can send it directly to her email here, loukunzelman@bresnan.net, or you can send your prayer request as well to the center, that's C4SLDELTA@gmail.com. Either place is great. We really encourage you to reach out for prayer if you have any challenge, if you're feeling out of balance and you need a little help to be able to reach for that balancing point. It's pretty easy to email and ask for prayer and what you would like more of in your life. So let us know, and we love to pray. Love to include you in our prayers. Okay. Let's see. We're already to a repetitive affirmation, so I have a repetitive affirmation here, and we're going to increase this. We're going to say it 5 times together, garnering up some gratitude and getting that juices flowing in our body, okay? Getting that flowing around. Here we go. I love living a balanced, harmonious life. 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 Okay, get wild. I love living a balanced, harmonious life. And so it is. Thank you, God. All right. So here we are at the end of our time. Just remember, your soul is welcome here at CSL, here on the planet at this time. What a fantastic, outrageous, crazy time we find ourselves on this planet. You're welcome here in this present moment, right here, right now. Okay, as we at the center. We're centering ourselves right here within our own hearts, our loving, compassionate heart where peace and calm reside. And we know that we are all one in divine love. We are all one in divine love. So I say, spread the love. Mwah. Spreading the love. Love to all of you. Namaste.